Elle, if someone wanted to get involved in Born or Made, what would the benefits be to them that you would be able to convince them to be part of this amazing organisation?
Oh, fantastic. It is a membership group. And the reason that I've done that is because it's really great to be able to feel like you've got a responsibility to actually go to the events themselves. I find that when it's free, I mean, it's a paid membership, it's very, very low. When it's free, people tend to kind of take it or leave it.
Right.
And I really want commitment. But when you get that commitment as a member, you don't just get a bi-weekly, real life meeting face to face in the morning. We have professionals come in and do what's called continuous professional development, CPD. An example of that would be Leiloon, who talks about financial strategy and helps you.
So essentially support
And business support, obviously a WhatsApp. And then I give a free strategy session where we look at the goals of your business and what the immediate ones are, but also what the goals are in 12 months, and we make a plan together.
Fantastic.
And I do that to, I guess, encourage you, give you confidence, maybe teach you. I mean, it's essentially marketing, a lot of it.
And you can track growth then, I suppose, as
absolutely, well. Absolutely. And I think what's really interesting is there's things that are relatively hard to track, such as happiness, confidence, but you can genuinely see it. And the testimonials that I've received back after the strategy sessions and having that plan where people have converted projects that day, because I think when you are, so it's for freelancers or business owners or sole entrepreneurs, essentially, even if you're a business owner with lots of employees, you're very isolated. You're very on your own. And that's really tough, So to have Born or Made to fall back upon and to have that kind of wraparound service, but also champions, we want everyone to succeed.
Fantastic. Well, it sounds very supportive. So with the formula you have for Born or Made, how have you done this, say, differently to any other business that you've had? Have you been inspired to do things differently this time around, or have you taken some elements, or is this a completely new path for you?
No, it's a mixture of several different networking groups that I've been part of over the enormous amount of years that I've run a creative agency. And I wanted to take the best bits and forget the worst bits. I'm not going to name those networking groups because it's just not worth it. I mean, sorry, you're all great. But essentially, I wanted it to be really inclusive. And what I mean by that is it's not sector specific, and it's not skills specific either. So whether you are an entrepreneur of an online school, such as you, Viney, or you are a photographer, or you are a typographer, or you run a social enterprise that helps young people get into work, all of those are really quite different and not all creative posts, so to speak. So that's great. Come on, come all, because we're all, what glues us together is that mindset of wanting to have that support, be champions, and be the best at what you can be in a group that really get you and want to see the success of you. I found in some networking groups that I've been in over the years, you get this kind of cliche, you get things just break off, and there isn't that support there, whereas I've wanted to base Born or Made on support. But more than that, it came from a not-for-profit, which I helped set up years and years ago, called Camarados.
Right.
Camarados is this open source idea. So you need to look it up. It's so fantastic. It was founded by Math Potts.
Right.
And my old agency helped brand it, market it, and name it as well. So Camarados, the name comes from that. And a camarado is someone that's between a friend and a stranger.
It's quite a wide gap there.
It's quite a wide gap. But the idea behind it is if you find that person, it gives you that purpose. And when you have friends and purpose, you can overcome anything.
Absolutely.
You can literally overcome anything. So when you're having tough times, it's really important that you can find that friends and purpose or a camarado and feel, again, completely inclusive. Like I can tell that person anything and there'll be no judgment. And it just means that people can feel listened to and hopefully feel a bit better. And there are things called public living rooms. So they're Camarado's public living rooms where MAFPOTs just started putting sofas on streets and taking a kettle and mugs and cups of tea and some biscuits and getting people who are complete strangers to sit down. You don't have to talk if you don't want to. Just sit down and just either have a chat, have a cup of tea, say what you want to say, and then go on your way.
Amazing.
No pressure, no. And it's grown. It's I think it's all around the world. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of public living rooms now. And they've become really instrumental to success in places like hospitals or libraries, or where's the other one that's been really successful? Places where people are normally sometimes having a tough time, actually. And I think there's something really valuable about being able to talk to a complete stranger and knowing that there's no sort of judgment.
Pressure or judgment.
And I guess that's what I want with Born or Made. I never want to be seen as this. Some of the networking groups are like, how much money have you made? How many one-to-ones have you had? Right. How many referrals have you given? I'm not interested in that. I can see whether someone's been successful by their body language, their confidence, and their projects that they've got in the pipeline. So yes, sorry, that was Camarados, but you need to look it up. It's amazing. I'll put a link in the podcast.
Fantastic. Please do. So I do know that you hold these amazing Born or Made gatherings. You have them in the event space bi-monthly at International House.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about your journey and your link to International House?
Yeah, sure. I mean, my goodness, what a place. I was, I think, year 14 into running my business, and we were based in Farringdon in central London, Clerkenwell, where all the creative agencies are. And I thought, actually, our lease was coming to an end. And I was like, actually, I think I want to be south of the river. I want to go back home. I live in just down the road in Herne Hill. And so I started looking around and thought I'd check out some places, and came to view an office space in 2019 in this incredible building. And the moment I walked in to the front desk, I was just, sign me up.
Amazing.
As soon as I went through those glass doors. And the reason is fundamentally the energy that pours out of this building. It's funny that I've lived in the area for 28 years. I've never noticed it, because it's this huge red brick building. And
very imposing.
Very imposing. But I guess I've never noticed it because the energy is all inside. And I went up in the lift, and we saw this incredible office space with these panoramic views of London. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is otherworldly. Like this, I don't think I'll get any work done because I'll be too busy looking at the view, which is kind of true. And I just said, sign me up. And I was like, I didn't even know how much. Like, how much is it? And I think at the time it's like 3,500. I said, a week. She was like, no, a month. I was like, oh my goodness. But what with the meeting rooms? Are they extra? Is there service charge? Are there business rates? Do I have to pay for the internet? And she was like, no, that's all included. I could not believe it, because that was what I paid in Farringdon for my business rates.
Wow.
So that's like empty money. So I obviously signed up, but on my way down, I noticed the buy give work. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is this? What is this? What is this? I want to know. And she said, well, you are going to be one of the buyers. So you're going to have this office space, and the rent you pay will enable this. I think there were 3 floors, is that right, in this building? Right. That are completely rent-free for not-for-profits, social enterprises, charities, or even just, start-up grassroots. I was like, oh my goodness, that is absolutely amazing. So the money I pay helps to pay for these incredible people,
other organisations,
to
other
be here
CICs,
and to work collaboratively.
Yeah.
And she went, actually, there's more. She said, ideally, we'd like you to meet, collaborate with, mentor, offer your time. And of course, that's music to my ears. I've been a mentor since I was like 13 years old. I absolutely love it. So it was an added value, which is a weird thing to say because it's a charity and but for me it was an added value being able to help those other charities.
It's in line with your ethics and your principles.
It is, and I'm a massive champion of Three Space, a 15-year-old charity run by Harry, Henry, and Andrew. And I just want to see them take over as many buildings as possible to offer this.
Take over London.
Take over London, take over the world, because to offer this solution and to give, not-for-profits this step up, almost like believing in them, right?
Exactly.
It's really hard running these not-for-profits. And what's amazing about it is they're the ones that are giving back to the local economy the most.
Absolutely. So
to be able to support that it's just incredible. It's such an honour. I find it absolutely extraordinary that it doesn't happen more. And obviously we are owned by Lambeth Council, and I am a Lambeth girl. And
likewise.
Have been for... Are you? Yeah, I'm 28 years. How many years are you?
I'm 20... it's coming up to 24, 25 this year.
Okay.
Close.
Oh, very similar. But you've kept your accent, your Aussie accent. I could go back to my Somerset accent if that would be...
Oh, delightful.
Do the rest of the interview in Somerset. Don't, let's not. Please, let's not. But yeah, I'm a Lambeth girl through and through, and that's the other reason why I love this building. But I will be fighting tooth and nail to make sure that it doesn't disappear.
Well, it's much loved. It is much loved by many, many people, which is the main thing.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
It is. And just finally, as you're such a Brixton girl and a Lambeth girl, is there anything happening that other people should know about in the area? Is there anything that people should be getting involved with, or anything you'd like to draw attention to, or anything that you think is of interest at the moment?
Oh, wow. Big questions. There's always stuff going on here. And that's why we love it, right? Something about the Effra River going underneath, I think, brings this creativity. Something that's really close to my heart at the moment is the local elections, which are in May.
May, I believe, yes.
May the 7th. If you haven't registered to vote, please do, because it's your chance to have a say in how Lambeth is run. And
democratic chance.
Democratic chance. And I am involved in a very grassroots but a political party nevertheless called Shake It Up.
Right.
Which is about putting independent candidates into a seat in Lambeth.
Right.
Now, what that means is an actually incredibly beautiful thing. So Lambeth is made up of 25 wards. Brixton itself is 4 wards: Brixton North, Brixton Windrush, Brixton Rush Common, and
Acre Lane.
And what is required in Brixton wards will be very different to Gypsy Hill, Herne Hill, and Loughborough Junction. So we're asking local people with local knowledge, with no political background at all, to stand forward as candidates.
Right.
I'm really pleased to say that we've got about 18 now.
Which is amazing, considering, from what I understand, they have not been going that long. It's quite a recent development. It's quite a recent movement.
Yeah, we officially sort of launched like the 4th of January.
Wow.
And people have stepped forward.
Fantastic.
Because they want to see change, and they want to see change in Lambeth Council. And what's perfect about it is we have to hold the local candidates accountable, because I think that's really important. We think that's really important. And there's a big we in there, is that we'll have a parallel assembly.
Right.
Which is local people that will all have opinions. They won't be councillors, but they'll all have opinions about what they need in their area. So it's
like a people's democratic forum that feed into the independents. So everyone essentially has a say.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And that having those people that have lived experience is just incredible. And some of the campaigners are just wonderful. Ruby, Joe, Andrew, We're counting on you guys, and we're campaigning at a minute. So if anyone feels that they want to get involved, know more, please do get in touch. shakeitup.org.uk would be amazing. You'll see posters around if you're local to Lambeth.
Yes, well, I have seen the posters, so yes.
And I think the reason that I got involved, and I'm purely voluntary, this is no way. I purely want
paid,
not getting paid,
no.
but also doing this because I'm passionate about Lambeth and about seeing the right thing done.
Absolutely.
The bigger thing is that when we put people into Lambeth Council who are local candidates, other areas around the UK will go, oh, okay,
this can happen.
And that's when you change the future.
And it's starting from a grassroots level.
Yeah.
Real people being really involved at a really local level.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, that's very exciting as well. Thank you for giving us the information on that, because that is quite an interesting thing, and it's coming up quite soon too. So
it is. And it's really important. We know from the statistics that this is absolutely possible. And the reason we know that is because the election that was 4 years ago, only 25 to 33% of people actually vote in local elections.
So to stop voter apathy, if you get people who actually want to be involved and who are worth voting for and who actually have genuine community interest at heart, then that makes complete sense.
Yeah. And we only need, less than 1,000 votes will get a seat.
Okay.
So let's get it done. Let's shake things up.
Fantastic. Well, look, Elle, thank you so much today for talking about Born or Made, letting us know about Shaking Up and your wonderful links to International House.
Oh, I wouldn't be here without International House. Born or Made would not exist. That's really fundamentally true. Well, so thank you, International House and Free Space.
Thank you.